Good day, everyone, and welcome back to Clara's Creation. Today, we are going to deal with English topic: learn English or how to understand English language for beginners. Myself, Clara Rodriguez, the creator of Clara's Creation. Lead kind of light, a motto. Start is a symbol. Clara's Creation presents word power. The very first thing is in English language or to study any language, we need to understand or we need to know the alphabets of those language or of that language. So here you can see I have presented in this slide alphabets from A to Z, the 26 letters, the 26 alphabets that completes English language, the very basic thing. You may wonder, teacher, being a secondary teacher, you're teaching us ABCD, which is meant for pre-primary or nursery or KG class students. But always students, we need to know that everything lies in our roots. And so, to understand any language, we need to go back to the root. And without recognition of alphabets, we cannot go ahead. It are these alphabets, it is this alphabets that will help us to build words, sentences, phrases, idioms, and later on our creativity will be displayed through it. So you could see this and maybe rush through this as we are secondary students watching out. We know the 26 alphabets. So recognition of 26 alphabets. The next step, once you learn to recognize the alphabet, again this chart you must have learned in your pre-primary: A for apple, B for banana, C for cat, D for duck. This is again something coming from your pre-primary. And that's how once you've recognized the letter, now you're learning to build up on your vocabulary and learn to make new words. Then you're learning here to trace these alphabets and at the same time two in one. A for apple, you're at the same time learning to write apple, read apple, and also recognize the word. So you're here tracing the alphabets. I'll rush to these few slides, but just showing you from A to Z. And here you're learning to trace the alphabets. All this you've gone through pre-primary. And that's what's the work given. If your younger siblings are in lower classes, they can refer this video to trace alphabets. Now what we learned was recognize the alphabets, that is capital letters and small letters, then make new words. For example, A for apple, A for ant, and then trace that letters and words. Now we come. After that, we are going to use this puzzle and search for three-letter words from this puzzle. From this grid, three-letter words from this grid, and we are learning fun with letter, that is vocabulary building and building up our word power. Then we move further, look and say, one and many. We are learning noun numbers, stars, stars, cloud, clouds, animal, animals. You can pause and read this. Here, look at the picture and circle the words. One is done for you, orange, and we have circled O. Second one, which alphabet you are going to circle. So this is how we are building up on our word power. But all this is related to pre-primary and primary. It could be helpful for your younger sibling. But then teacher, how is it going to help us? Now come to the lesson science fair. And I have selected page number 75 of your Bhalbhati textbook. And from this, you learn to recognize the alphabets. Now list out 5 words that begin with alphabet A. List out 5 words that begin from alphabet B. And then you come to this question from your textbook. Arrange the words in alphabetical order. So you understood what I was trying to teach you? Arrange the words from this lesson in alphabetical order, 5 from each letter A to Z. You can write it down in your notebook. So the question that will come to you on the scene comprehension is arrange the words in alphabetical order. And all that I showed you the pre-primary worksheets that can be useful for your younger siblings too. And now from your textbook, come back to your textbook. You can choose any other lesson also if you want. I have selected Science Fair, page 75. You can choose any other lesson, I'm sorry. And search words that are beginning with A or P. So come back. Let's see if there is any word in this chapter that begins with alphabet A. The very first word, the name of the lesson at the science fair. I got one word with A at. Then I can read the word and. Still further, I'll go on reading animals, so on and so forth. So I found out 3 words from alphabet A. See how many you can find out. And at the same time, search word with alphabet P. So what are you doing it? You're trying to build up on your word power, your word bank. Lesson science fair. Arrange from the textbook and search the words that are ending with ION, SION, and TION. Isn't it relevant now at your level? You can choose any other lesson also, not compulsory, you have to stick to science fair. But search words ending with I, ION, I'm sorry, ION, SION, and TION. So again, here is a lesson for you. Are you finding any of such words ending with ION, TION, or SION? I've only taken one page of this chapter, page 75. I guess this lesson consists of 5 pages. You can scroll the pages of your textbook. You love scrolling the screen of the mobile phone. Now scroll the pages of your textbook. Refer the words on page 76. Refer the page 77, so on and so forth, and search words ending with ION, SION, and TION. And you know what are these words? They are noun forms. Words ending with ION, SION, and TION normally turn out to be noun forms of your vocabulary. So I hope I have managed to explain the topic clearly and done justice to the topic.